So where did the name Supercritical come from? Because Supercritical is your latest album that's out. Where did that name come from, and how is it a representation of the rest of the songs on the album?
It came, truthfully, it came from a bag of weed.
Yes.
Yes.
They call me Hell. They call me Stacy. They call me Her. They call me Jane. That's not my name. That's not my name.
Hey guys, I'm hanging out with Katie and Jules of the Ting Tings. I can remember the first time I ever heard any of your music. I remember where I was. I remember what I was doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where were you guys the very first time you heard any of your songs played on the radio?
We lived in this cotton mill that like 40 artists lived and worked there, and we lived there for 5 years. And we got played by a guy called John Kennedy for XFM. Our friend handed him a CD like in a club, and he took it, and we heard it on the radio. We wasn't expecting to hear it, and we all jumped around the kitchen, like punching the air, going woo! Yeah.
So I heard about you guys. I feel like you'd be the ideal people to travel with, because apparently you go to foreign countries and come up with albums based on throwing parties. Is this true?
Kind of. It's not as glamorous as it sounds, but kind of, yeah. We like to go to a new country every time we work on an album. I don't know why we do that. It seems to, we're on our 3rd album now, and we've done that over 3 albums, so I think we're going to carry on doing it.
Where did the name Supercritical come from? Because Supercritical is your latest album that's out. Where did that name come from, and how is it a representation of the rest of the songs on the album?
It came, truthfully, it came from a bag of weed.
Yes.
In a beta recording, and there was a bag of weed on the side that we were smoking with everyone else in the room, as you do, and it was called Supercritical. It was a strand of weed, strain. And then there was another bag called Green Poison. We wrote a song with Green Poison. So we had these 2 tracks, Green Poison and Supercritical. It just, you know, that's what that Supercritical thing came from, really. I mean, it's not like we're sitting here going like, yeah, man, we were so stuck. We worked really hard on the record.
We'd be okay with that, just by the way.
And then we took it to New York to mix it in Avatar Studios. We put everything on analog. And that's where Andy from Duran really helped us out, because he'd been there, he'd done all that stuff. Katie would bring in pictures of Diana Ross and go like, Diana Ross at Studio 54 sitting in the booth singing a song, and he was like, yeah, I was there. And there'd be like all these stories about all the music we loved that he was around when he was making his records. So it was just an amazing time.
So you guys have, I'm sure you guys have a very dedicated fan group. Have you ever had any weird fan interactions or gotten weird gifts from a fan?
Somebody wrote to us, like, personally, like, on private message on, I think it was Twitter, or, no, it was Tumblr. And it just said, if you really don't mind, there's a lot of us would like to see a photograph of your feet.
What?
Yeah, and he said, please don't share this post, so I just totally reposted it. Instantly. I took their name out, but I was just like, that's fucking weird. Hello, I'm Katie.
I'm Jules. We are the Ting Tings.
And this is rock.com.